Hello everybody and welcome back to a new vlog. So today I have decided that I'm going to do a 24-hour reading challenge, but it's going to be more sort of like how many books can I check off my physical TBR in 24 hours. I am not staying up for 24 hours. I'm going to do a timer and do it that way because your girl's got a full-time job and I cannot be staying up for 24 hours at a time. I literally physically would not even be able to do that. So we're doing it the timer way. I'm going to set a timer for 24 hours and see how much of my physical TBR I can tick off in the 24-hour time frame, because my physical TBR is no joke. I feel like it was getting more manageable and then somehow it seems to have just escalated and I've got more on there and I don't quite know when it happened, but it has. So that is the aim. I actually have no idea how many books I could read. Maybe like 4 or 5, somewhere in that region. But the first book that I'm reading, I'm actually like halfway through, I think, up to chapter 29. Have I even told you the book? Don't know. I'm reading The Housemaid's Secret, which is the second book to The Housemaid. The Housemaid is Watching, which is the third one, has just came out, and I've seen everybody reading it, everybody's talking about it. I feel left out, but I had not read the second one yet. So that is what I'm reading. Yeah, on chapter 29, I'm 130 pages in. It's like 300 and something pages. So I'm like nearing to halfway. I'm enjoying it so far. I feel like Freedom McFadden books are very fast paced, but they are never quite my favourite. Like, I enjoy them, they're fast paced, what you see is what you get type of thing, but they're not like most suspenseful, most well thought out thrillers, if that makes sense. Regardless, this is my current read. I'm actually hoping to finish this tonight, maybe tomorrow at the latest. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to read a big chunk of this, but I actually do want to go and do a teensy little bit of book shopping. I know that I have just said I don't know how my physical TBR is getting out of hand, but here we are. I want to go and pick up Reckless by Lauren Roberts, the sequel to Powerless and Powerful. That came out yesterday. I didn't have a chance to go and get it because I was at work, and I want to go and get it. So I'm going to go to the works and see if they have it in. Hopefully it does. My shop is pretty small. I live in quite a small town, so the shop is not huge, but they are pretty good at getting the newest releases in. So I'm hoping and praying that they have it in there. So we're going to go and have a little look so that if I do finish this tonight, then I can just go straight on to Reckless, because I've seen so many people reading it already, so many people making edits of it, and I feel left out. So I'm going to go and buy that, hopefully, and yeah, we'll do a little bit of reading when we come back and start the timer and stuff. Just a little update. I got my hands on it, they had it, but obviously I'm not starting this right now, so I'm going to hop into The Housemaid's Secret and we will start the timer. Let's go. 24 hours starts now, I guess. Okay, so I've been reading for about 25 minutes, not very long, but I've got up to chapter 40. I'm just about to get into the shower and then I am going to read a little bit more. I'm probably going to try and read for like at least an hour straight tonight, maybe a little bit longer. I have some YouTube that I want to watch, so I'm just going to put that on in the background and just try and read. I'm going to set like a timer on my phone, which is why I'm using my iPad for the like 24-hour timer countdown thingy, and then I'm going to use my phone for like little mini reading sprints, is that what they're called? So I can set a timer for like an hour, so then I know I've read consistently for an hour, because I find myself getting distracted sometimes when I do these, and then I might read for like 10 minutes, go on my phone, but the big timer is still ongoing. So I'm going to do like the big timer on my iPad and the reading sprints on my phone, so I can try and keep track of it a little bit better there. But about 25 minutes in, chapter 40, so we've done like 50 pages, which seems pretty quick, but I mean, Freedom McFadden books are pretty fast paced, so hopefully I'll get this finished soon. Okay guys, so I read for about an hour yesterday and I am up to chapter 58. I'm honestly flying through this book. I'm on page 253 and I think there's about 330 or something around there. So current timer, we are on 22 hours, 29 minutes and 15 seconds. So we're almost 2 hours down. I actually might start a timer. I have a little bit of time before work because I woke up pretty early. So I might start a timer for 30 minutes because I like round numbers and we've got 29 minutes left on the clock. So I might set a timer for 29 minutes and see how much of it I can read. See if I can maybe finish it. But that's like 100 pages in 25 minutes and that kind of seems like a lot. But we will see how we go. So I'm just going to set a timer and let's go with it. I am enjoying it so far. I feel like Freedom McFadden books are always so fast paced. Like that is why I've read it in literally, well, I haven't read it in 2 hours because I was like a little bit of the way through the book. But I mean, like, I feel like they are so fast paced, so quick, so easy to read. However, I do think it's a little bit predictable. I do feel like that with a lot of her books, pretty much all of them. Like, I feel like you kind of know what's going to happen, but I still enjoy the process of getting there. Like, it is by no means the most groundbreaking thriller ever, and I actually don't know if we really needed a sequel to The Housemaid, but I am enjoying it anyway, and I kind of am excited to see where things go and how we're going to go into the next book. So I don't know, yeah, I'm just going to go read for like half an hour. So we have finished the book. It took me just over half an hour. Like I said, they're so fast paced. So first book down, I think I would rate it like 3.75 because I did enjoy it. Like I said, I really do enjoy Freedom McFadden's writing style and like how fast paced and quick and yeah, her books are. But they're just not my favourite plot overall. Like they're not the most in-depth, suspenseful, plot twisty type books in my opinion. I do still love them for like a quick read. But yeah, I did enjoy it. It was good and I think I'm going to start the next Housemaid. But technically that is not on my physical TBR because it's on Kindle. But I think I'm going to start Reckless and read The Housemaid on my Kindle like in between. But Reckless is going to be my main physical book and the next book that we start in this video. So 2 hours down, one book down. I'm really excited to start Reckless, like so excited. Did I tell you that I finished The Housemaid's Secret, the second Housemaid book? I think I did. Finished that and then I had every intention of starting Reckless. I really want to read this, but I just don't know if it's what I'm in the mood for right now, which is crazy. And I've seen everybody reading it and I do feel left out, but I just don't know if it's what I want to read. So I am going to start the third Housemaid, which is The Housemaid is Watching, on my Kindle, which, yes, I know this is a physical TBR video. Yes, I know this is not on my physical TBR because it's on my Kindle. But still, I'm thinking that I'll be able to read this pretty quickly because Freedom McFadden books are always quite snappy, quite fast paced. So if I read this in like, I'm going to set a timer of like 3 hours. If I read this in 3 hours, then I'm going to go into Reckless later tonight because I'm literally going to sit here and just binge. I might actually go into the garden because it is looking pretty nice. But that's the plan. First up, I'm going to set a timer for an hour. Then I might have a little bit of a break, take the dogs out. Then we're going to see if we can finish the rest. That's the plan. Then we'll go into Reckless when I finish this one. Just that will keep us in the loop. So let's go on to book number 2. The cracks on this are insane. But we have 21 minutes, no we don't, we have 21 hours, 37 minutes and 2 seconds. That feels like it's not right. But anyway, I'm gonna start this and let's read. So I've been reading for like an hour and 20 minutes, I think. That's what it says on the timer. We have 20 hours, 13 minutes and 16 seconds left. I am on chapter 19, so I've got 32% into the book, which feels like a lot. Does that feel like a lot? Honestly, I could not tell you how long it takes me to like read a book on average, or like how many pages I can read in 10 minutes or something like that. Literally no clue. It says that I have 4 hours left of the book, but that seems pretty long. So I don't know, regardless, I'm on page 114, chapter 19, 32% through the book. I am not as gripped as I have been with the other Housemaid books. Even like the second one, which I just read, I didn't love it, but I was more gripped than this one. I feel like it's just a little bit, not boring, but not much has really happened so far. I do feel like it's going to pick up. I have seen a few people say they picked up around like the 50-60% mark. And I am also buddy reading this with Sophie on Insta, and she is a little bit further than me. She's a speedy reader, so she has just said that it started to pick up as well. But yeah, I am feeling no type of way about it at the moment, but I'm gonna continue reading for a little bit. I was gonna take the dogs out, but I think I'm going to, maybe if I get to like 50% of the way through, then we'll go out and then I'll finish it when we get back. But that's my little update. I'm gonna move to downstairs, so I'll just keep us updated when I get a little bit further in. So I've been reading for like an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer. I am on page 291, 75% through. I've just got to part 3 on chapter 60. Things are like only just starting to like kick off and get more interesting. I do feel like I had kind of guessed what the plot thing was going to be at like 60%. I literally texted Sophie and was like, I feel like this is going to be a mild spoiler. Enzo is going to take the rap for what one of the kids has done. Whether I'm actually correct in that, I don't know. We're like getting into that now, so I will find out. But yeah, I think I'll probably finish this soon, like today. I have got, it says I've got an hour and 25 minutes left, but I've only got 20 or so pages left. So I think I will finish this soon. So I'm just going to stay in here and read. I did read a little bit in the garden, but I've decided to come back inside and we're just going to finish it up. So I did kind of forget to update you a little bit, but I have been reading for around about 2 hours, I think. We have 17 hours and 45 minutes left. I did move on to Reckless. I am 135 pages in. I'm on chapter 17. So I am like a third of the way in, I think. I am enjoying it. The enemies to lovers is enemies to lover in. To lovers in. You get what I mean? It's hitting. I am enjoying it and I feel like this could potentially be a 5-star read for me. Not yet, but I feel like based off the last one, what I think this one's going to be like, I'm really, really excited. So I'm actually going to the lakes for the weekend, but I don't know how much reading I'll get done. I'm going to try and keep a jot of it because I'm not going to be taking this with me, so I'm going to try and keep a note. But maybe we'll finish this over the weekend. I do have a car journey, like a 2-hour car journey there, but I think I'll be on sat-nav duty, which means I will not be able to read, unfortunately. I'm going to take this and I might also take my Kindle, but this is the priority. Really excited to get further into it. 17 hours left to go. Let's go. So it has been 2.5. Okay, what does my hair look like? That actually kind of looks worse. Anyway, it's been like 2.5 hours in total there. Okay, my hair is really pissing me off. And I am like 100 pages to the end. This is where we're at. I am enjoying it, but it's not what I expected it to be. Like, they have spent so much time together. that I'm a little bit shook. Like, I feel like I know how the ending is going to go. I'm going to include spoilers here. I thought that Payton was basically going to find out that she either wasn't ordinary or that she was ordinary because her mum had had like an affair. So if you've read it, wasn't too far off the mark. And then for the ending, I have a theory that Kit is going to kind of give like an ultimatum of like, either I kill her or you marry me. So I did also have another theory that I thought was going to happen, but I now cannot think of how it is. Oh no, I think that's how I thought both of them, like that's how I thought the ending would go. Either she's not going to be ordinary and she's actually going to have some sort of power, gift, whatever, or he's going to force her to marry him. They're the vibes that I'm getting. They are like straight away in my brain what I thought was going to happen. But yeah, like I said, they are spending a lot more time together. The enemies to lovers is hitting. Like, Kaiser, the man that he is, like, I am obsessed with him. Probably even more so like in this book. Like, the tension, I'm dead, I'm gone. I'm shaking, screaming, crying, throwing up. But having said that, I thought it was going to be like more of like a cat and mouse running type thing, which granted it has been, but they're spending a lot more time together than I thought they were going to, which I'm not complaining about, but I kind of am. Anyway, it's been like 2.5 hours-ish. We currently have 15 hours and 13 minutes left on the clock. I am going to give a forewarning in that I think that is entirely wrong, but hey ho. I've got, how many pages have I got left? I'm on 292 and there's like 370, 380. So I'm going to try and finish this today. I just need to know what happens at the end because everybody's talking about the ending. So let's go.
On to the last 10 pages.
All I'm gonna say is I knew it. Okay, it's been like an hour maybe. I'll come back with my full thoughts later. I am actually going on an exciting little venture out. So I'm going to Newcastle to meet a book bestie. Literally so excited. I'm going to meet Merrin and I'm getting the train there. So the train is like an hour and a half, I think, something like that. So we're gonna read. I'm currently reading Homebound, which is an arc that I've been sent. It's a female bull rider single dad trope. Literally obsessed. I'm only like a few chapters in. I think I started it yesterday, but I don't know if I got any clips or not. But I'm only a few chapters in, so I'm going to read a little bit more of that on the train. But yeah, I'm really excited for like the trip anyway, but I'm excited to have some uninterrupted reading time. So I'm going to go and I will update you when I'm home. So just a little update. I am 42% in. I'm on chapter 20 on page 159 of Homebound. I literally had the cutest day. I don't know how much I actually, like how long I read for, because I was like reading on the train, but obviously I was going on my phone sometimes. But the train ride in total was like an hour and a bit there, an hour and a bit back. So I might just put like an hour off the timer, because I think the train journey in total was like over 2 hours, but I don't think I read for the full 2 hours. Like I know I didn't. So I might just compromise on an hour and take an hour off the timer. Completely off topic, but I had the cutest day ever and I'm so glad that I went because I was so nervous. But it was so cute. And Merrin actually knitted, well not knitted, crocheted me this cute little bookmark. She actually crochets stuff and I will like put her Instagram on here anyways, like her book Insta, go and follow her. But going back to my current read, I am really enjoying it. Like At the minute, I would honestly genuinely say it's giving 5-star potential. I'm just obsessed. So I don't know if I already said, but it is Homebound by Meredith Trapp. It is an arc, so the book is not out yet. I'm not actually sure when the book is out. I will put something on the screen about whenever it's out, but I am loving it. So it's female bull rider. She is a bull rider and she is like notorious for being, they call her like the cowboy killer because she is notorious for having one night stands. Like she picks guys up, ditches them, and the guy, he is now a single dad, but he's also a hockey player. Literally like cowboy, ranch, hockey player, single dad. I'm eating it up every single time. I love it. And also he is like pining for her. They've known each other since childhood. It's kind of like every summer he would go to their ranch and they would like spend the whole summer together. They were best friends. Childhood best friends to lovers, and he's in the NHL and it's set on a ranch and she is a bull rider. Guys, I don't have any words. Literally obsessed. Like I am eating it up. So from the get-go you know that the guy's in love with her. He's down bad and I'm living for it. Like when he falls first and he falls harder, I'm eating it up. So I'm actually going to go and read a little bit more because honestly, want to read this, want to see what's going to happen. I'm only 42% in. I was a little bit like I'm nearly halfway into the book and they've not even made a move to each other. But like, it doesn't feel like that. Like it is so easy to read and I'm really enjoying just like their interactions in general. I'm really enjoying the characters separately. I'm just loving it. That's all I have to say. On the timer, I only read for about 30 minutes yesterday. So what did I say I was going to knock off today? I might do like an hour and 10 minutes that I've already done on the train, technically. I know that is kind of cheating that I'm like manually altering the timer, but I completely forgot and did not keep a track of how much I was reading. So if I do that, then we are down to 13 hours, 31 minutes. So I'm gonna go read for at least the 31 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Gonna like set a little sprint for the 31 minutes, see how much I read then and reevaluate because I'm kind of hungry, so then I might make some dinner and you know, that kind of vibe. Anyway, let's get back into it guys because I'm obsessed. Okay, so I did read yesterday for a little bit and I feel like I haven't really updated you that much, but I got up to chapter 30. I have about 2 hours left. Oh, so it says on here. I read yesterday for like an hour and a half, so we currently have 12 hours left on the timer. So I'm just gonna read until I'm finished. It says 2 hours, so maybe we'll have like 10 hours left. But I am obsessed with this book, guys. Like the guy in this book, I've already talked about him, but I'm obsessed. Literally loving it so much. Definitely gonna be like a 4 stars upwards. So I'm gonna go read some. Okay, so I finished and I absolutely loved it. I will give you my full rundown or like ratings tomorrow, but it took me like an hour and 30 to finish that. I'm obsessed. We're gonna start a new book tomorrow though, but we have 10 hours and 57 minutes left on the clock. It's been a day since I finished Homebound, which I loved. Literally, I'm obsessed with. I'm gonna be thinking about that book for so long. That should be out by the time this video goes out, so please go and read. I don't know if it's going to be on Kindle Unlimited or not, but it is so worth it. Anyway, we have 10 hours left and I'm hoping I will be able to get 1, maybe 2 books in there. That seems overly ambitious, but I feel like I'm averaging like, what, 5 or 6 hours per book. Next up on the list is 7 Summers by Paige Toon. I have never read a Paige Toon book before, but I've seen this one everywhere. I'm quite surprised that I haven't read one of her books before because I used to love watching Sophia and Shinsia, and they used to talk about Page Tune all the time. I'm surprised I've never picked up a book, and obviously like she is mainly romance. I'm a romance girly. I don't know why I've never gravitated towards her books, but this one in particular I've seen everywhere. So I am just going to start this one, see what we think of it. I think it's like a second chance romance or like 7 Summers. I'm guessing they're either together 7 Summers or like there's a sort of like long distance thing. I don't know, we'll see. But she is kind of thick, or she looks it anyway. It's like 400 and something pages, but maybe let's see if we can finish this one in the 10 hours. I think we'll be able to, but I want to try and get another one finished in the 10 hours also. Maybe overly ambitious. I don't know what book we're on. Is this maybe like 4 or 5? Okay, so I've been reading for like around an hour, I think. I stupidly did not set like a reading sprint, but I'm up to chapter 10, page 82. We have got like the past. We're kind of like building up that romance, and sort of I think we're going to get into like a present day romance also. I don't know if it's going to be like it's not going to be a wide shoes thing, right? I'm guessing. Or maybe like we might get like a love triangle where it's like the new guy versus like the old guy. I don't know, but maybe I will carry on reading up here. I was gonna go and sit downstairs, but I might just like whilst I'm into it just keep going, and we'll be able to get like a bit of a bulk of it through. So I'm on page 83. Maybe if I read for like another hour or so I can get up to like 100 and something. So I've been reading just under an hour, so I think we're probably like an hour and 45 in, if I'm going correctly off my times. Again, I'm so sorry for this because I feel like I'm not doing this very well, but I'm up to chapter 15, 128 pages in, so we are like that far through. Not quite halfway yet. I'm enjoying it. I do feel like it's a little slow. I feel like it's kind of focusing on, it's more of like a realistic romance, I would say, which I don't mind, but we've got like other themes in there as well that I think are going to like be touched on more throughout the book. And yeah, I would say it's more of like a realistic romance. Like you kind of, not that you know how it's going to end because I don't, but like you are getting glimpses of the fact that it might not work out, it is not working out. It's like a then and now kind of timeline with like the romance happens every summer for however many years, well 7 I'm guessing, but like it's not a we've met and now kicking up this love story kind of vibe, you know. I am going to move downstairs and read for a little bit, and I will just catch us up on where I get up to. Read for around about like an hour and a half. I am up to chapter 31, page 262. I don't feel like much is happening, but I am really enjoying the way that it's written. But like I feel like we're not getting much. Obviously it's because they only see each other like once a year, they only see each other through the summer of that year, and like I feel like we aren't getting much development, because what can really happen, like you are, but you're also not. And like I don't know, things are obviously starting to pick up with the new guy, and I feel like we're going to get more of the new guy, and things are maybe not going to work out with the old guy. I don't know if she's going to have to like choose what's going to happen, but that is where we're at. We have about, I want to say like 7 hours left on the clock, something along those lines. I have like what, 200 pages left, maybe a little bit less, so I'm hoping that I will just keep plodding on and read this, and then we'll maybe have like 4 or so hours left to start a new book, because I feel like I could get that maybe finished in like 3 hours. I'm on a bit of a roll. I've not even like been checking my phone or anything, so that's the plan. Let's just finish that up. me reading It's the First Saturday in August on the Friday before the first Saturday in August. Okay, so I finished the book. I enjoyed it, and like I liked the writing style, but I felt like it was a little bit slow and a little bit repetitive, and I didn't feel like fully connected to either of the characters. But I did like how it was more like of a realistic romance, but I hate when like somebody else is introduced just for them to end up with like the original person. Even though like I liked how it was done in this book, I just don't like that trope in general. But like I did enjoy the book. I think I'll probably rate it like around about 4, maybe a little bit less, just because it was like a fine, solid read. I just don't think I will think about it again. But we have like 4 hours left on the clock. It took me longer to read like the ending, the last 200 pages, than I thought it would be. 4 hours left. I'm going to start Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I have heard such good things about this one. Like the book girlies love it. It's just got such good reviews. And I've never read any of her books, so I'm excited to read this one. I think it's just gonna be like cutesy. I don't know actually, because I feel like it's gonna be one of those books, maybe like similar to an Abby Jimenez book, where it's kind of like wrapped up as a romance, but it has like deeper themes in it, maybe. She's like a little bit older too, so I think she's like navigating after her divorce, things like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to read it, so let's go with this one. I don't think I'll finish this in 4 hours, but we'll give it a good shot. For somebody that actually hates how they look with the hair up, I seem to wear my hair up a lot and then hate how I look. Anyway, I read for about an hour yesterday, so I'm up to chapter 14. I'm on page 104. I'm really liking it so far. Like, I really like the writing style. It kind of feels to me, not obviously like spot on, but like a mixture of Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez, in the sense of like how she writes, how she's telling the story. Like it's a romance, but it's not, I don't want to say the main focus isn't the romance, but like you're getting different themes like divorce, being a mother, like womanhood, grief, like so many different topics, but they're like, yes, they are talked about deeply, but they're not like overbearing, if that makes sense. I am just really enjoying it, and I don't know, I'm really liking like the character and the way that she's written and how it's like telling her story, like her sort of getting herself back out there, rediscovering herself, and like what it means to be like a mother and a partner and everything like that. Like I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just gonna read for a little bit. I think we have now like 3 hours, just over 3 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read it. How many pages? I always do this and then I always end up reading it. It's 315, so it took me an hour to read like 100. So really, we could finish it in this time. I am just loving the way that this is written. Like I've actually cried, literally gonna tear up now thinking about it. I've actually cried and like shed a tear quite a few times, like, but it'll just be like the most random sentence. Like it's not like it's some heartbreaking scene, it's literally just like the random little sentences and the way that it's written, and kind of like the nostalgia that it's giving. I don't know how to explain it, but like I am such a nostalgia girl, and like the way that she's writing, or like if anything, I really don't know how to explain it. But let me just read you this one quote that I've obviously just cried my eyes out. I've had a summer romance, but he's something more. If you actually fall for someone who's leaving, it's as crazy as getting a dog. Phyllis looks confused. I explain. You get a dog and you know 2 things. You're going to fall in love with it and it's going to die one day. You knowingly walk headfirst into heartbreak. That's the basic madness of dog ownership. I've just fucking sobbed. Like, if you know me, I'm such a dog girly. My dogs are my life. Like, my main personality traits are liking Taylor Swift, reading, and being a dog mom. Like, so that quote has just fucking wrecked me. Like, literally, I've underlined it, dog-eared the page. But like, there's been so many little moments like that where like I'm gonna have to go back through and like annotate it, but just like little sentences that she'll say, they're just like so sad, but in like a fleeting kind of way. Like, it'll just move straight on to the next topic, and it goes, "You're really too young to be so dark. Besides you and my girls, everyone I know is dead. I've buried them all. Do you think I wish I'd never met them? Do you ever wish you never met me? Of course not." Oh my god. I'm like skimming here, by the way. She smiles at me. "You got a dog. You're a proven risk taker." Like, I'm literally sobbing my little eyes out. But I'm actually, speaking of dogs, I'm gonna go and walk mine, and then when I get back, hopefully we'll finish it. I'm on page 192. I think I've been reading for like 50 minutes, so we're almost 2 hours in to, what did I say I had? 3 hours? So we'll see if I can read the next 100 or so pages in the next hour or so. I need to really get my timer out, so we will do that when we come back. But I'm really loving this book, guys. I love this book so much. I did cry yet again at some bits, but just the way it was written and like the characters, but not even in the sense of like I love the characters as a couple or like together, but like the character development, the way that they were like described, their stories, their backgrounds. Like, I feel like you just fell in love with them, and not even for romantic reasons. Like, I just loved it, and I loved how it was written so much. I do feel like I've been pretty bad at like actually keeping up with the timings of everything, but I don't know how many books that is. Is that maybe like 5 books that we've read? Something like that. But yeah, I'm sure like I'll have reviews and everything up on my Instagram and my Goodreads by now. But like, I will be doing a wrap up. I will be talking about all of these books. I just loved this one so much. What other one have I read in this video? What would be like my second favourite? Why can I literally not remember what books I've read? There was The Housemaid, 2 of them, then Homebound. So this and Homebound are my favourite of this video. But like I said, all full reviews and everything will be up on my book Insta, on my Goodreads, I am sure. Please let me know what's on your TBR, what other videos you want me to do, what books you want to see me reading. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.